right, everyone, we are back live in map number 2, Counterlogic Gaming versus Tempo Storm. I'm Misled. I will be with later, and we got this map coming live right now. It's going to be DE Inferno, Tempo Storm trying to get a 2-0 tonight, and CLG trying to tie it up and make it a 1-1. They get their side choice, CLG that is, because it is Tempo Storm's map choice.
And Tarek is going to have his hands full right here with a full-on B rush from Tempo Storm. He's going to be retreating very quickly and teaming up with his boy FNS. And so far, so good. FNS decapitates Stanislaw.
Oh, man, that's going to be Finesse, able to hit 2, able to hit a 3rd one, actually. But now just Hades left alive here, looking for another pistol, able to pick up 1, trying to take down Finesse, not allow Finesse to get a 4th, and Finesse will hit that 4th shot, and that makes it 1-0. CLG over Tempo Storm.
Yeah, great start for Finesse, exactly what he needed. I was doing some ribbing of Lex before for having a really lackluster game on Mirage where he dropped, what, a 39.2 ADR, something like that. FNS barely outdid him on that last game with a 39.3 ADR over, what, 23 rounds? That is tough, but the only person to really best him so far was JDM, dropping a stiff 29 ADR. So CLG winning a pistol round right off the bat, and with a big 4K, I think is going to be good. JDM also got a frag right there. He needs to get his confidence back with some early frags, definitely. I think, because, you know, these are clearly not bad players, but Tempo Storm just is right now making them look bad, and that is a skill in and of itself that Tempo Storm seems to be really good at.
Yeah, looking good into it so far. Finesse and Hayes both picking up nice frags there, so it's going to be up to Rix and Stanislaw. And there goes Rix, there goes Stan. So now a 3K for Hayes, and CLG will hold on 2-0 initially as CT's on Inferno.
Yeah, and Tempo Storm is actually going to have pretty uniform money, all 1,900, except Shazam just $50 short of the rest of his teammates. So they're going to be saving up and getting ready for next round, which will be the buyout. This round, they're buying literally nothing. Actually, there you go. They did buy 2 P250s at the last second, so bought a little bit of something. Actually, Stanislaw also bought a flash. They wanted a delay just to make my point moot. But either way, very not financially invested in this round. And JDM pushing into apartments, about to see all of
goodness.
Only 2, but his teammate Hayes is going to clean up the rest.
You got extremely quiet at the end of that there, but Hayes, as you said, will pick up 2, and Shazam will be alive here. He's going to be 1 versus 5 at the moment, getting pushed in ult mid. He's behind that hay cart. Does JDM look down for him? Still trying to find him. Can't quite put it together yet that he's right below them. Tarek is actually going to run right by. They don't know where he's at yet. He might have a good position here to get a flank off, and he can't make it happen. JDM finally drops down and takes him out of the round. That'll make it 3-0 in favor of CLG.
Now we can see what Tempo Storm is really made of on the terrorist side of this map. I noted earlier that we see a lot of really close or upsets on map 1 in games that people really think should be one-sided, and then the team that that everyone thinks is the favorite tends to snap back to reality and just put a slamming down on map 2. So it's been a recurring trend that I've seen, God, pretty much every game that I think I've casted that has gone to a push, but I'm thinking this one might be the one that can break them all. Tempo Storm looked so good on map 1 that I'd like to believe that they can come out strong and pick up a win here, but CLG returning to form, and Tarek just ripping Rix's head off with a great deagle shot. Not quite a 1-deag, we'll call it a 2-deag, but either way, good shooting.
Now, we're going to have this into a 5 versus 3 as Tempo Storm trying to make something happen with the guns in their hands. Glorn, Shazam, and Stan will be left alive. Not too much. Going to be working their favor at the moment, trying to work some frags out mid, trying to work 1 towards the halls, or apartments anyways, deep T-side apartments. And one's going to be trying to go up the banana, but Hayes is going to get a good flank off here. Take down Stan, so the good CT side from CLG is holding true here, preventing Tempo Storm from being able to get anything going on their first buy round here, and it's going to be tough for him, as now it's only Glorens and Shazam. Glorens, here's the shot, tries to look for it. Shazam is there for the cover, though, but Cutler working his way out of the apartments, ends up hitting the... No, not able to hit the shot onto Shazam. That's going to be a relatively open A bomb site at the moment, but they still have time to rotate back B if they go for it. And no, one player will go towards B, the other one is just going to hang out towards the apartments. And time is ticking down. They don't have a lot here. Shazam's got to throw an amazing fake to help his teammate out. And it's going to work out. The fake is going to work. They're going to shut down Shazam. Lawrence will make his way out. JDM, here's the sound.
No, he's coming back.
Yeah. No, he's... Okay, there he is. Now he is. Wow, I thought he heard the initial smoke sound. come out initially, and yeah, now he's onto it. Playing smart here, waiting for his teammates, as it's going to be 1v3. Glorin's out in the open, takes down JDM, but Tarek is there to trade it, and that's a 4K for Tarek, and CLG will go up 4-0.
Yeah, good move by JDM, teasing with Gorins there, and then eventually popping out right at the same time Tarek did, giving Gorins 2 targets to aim at, and obviously they were not lined up, so good play there, and CLG now extending their lead, their first lead they've had in this series, as last game started off with a huge streak from Tempo Storm, so now CLG in the driver's seat for the first time this series. That has to feel comfortable for them. That last game must have been so mentally taxing on them that this has to be a sigh of relief for them. And Hayes getting to work already against a not saving Tempo Storm. They do have AKs and almost no nades, but they have the AKs to get the shots done.
So into round 5, we're already launched Shazam. He's going to be down initially. CLG looking good so far. They're going to force down. Finesse is able to hit the first shot. He does have a player right there in pit and mid, and that's going to be, no, Hades takes him down, yes, but Tarek is there quickly for the trade out. So CLG very effective here at trading frags, and they're getting them all in their favor at the moment. Bomb down, bottom of banana. It's going to be a 4 versus 2. Glorins and Stan working back down towards T-spawn at the moment. One all mid, one's close mid. Do they want to get aggressive and go for this bomb, or are they going to sit back and go for the save attempt here? They're both kind of aggressive. They both want to try and make something happen. There's plenty of time left on the clock for this attempt of theirs that might be coming up the ramp. Smoke starts to dissipate. Tarek will drop a Molotov down. That's going to force them back. At this point, they should just concede this battle and go back for the save. But
oh, bad flash.
Yeah, another Molotov comes down. Stan's not going to be afraid of it this time, though. Ends up taking down Tarek. JDM's right there. Stan's getting cooked. Yes! Can he stay alive? Not able to. JDM with the pistol in hand will get himself 2. That makes it 5-0 CLG.
Yeah, they don't even know how effective those smoke... Well, I guess they did find out eventually, but how effective those early smokes and Molotovs were at keeping them away. They were just stayed so disciplined there on the bomb, cutting off every angle, and doing a good job of supporting their teammates when the Tempo Storm players did eventually push up on those stairs. Tempo Storm, with all that bonus money, going to be continuing to string together buys. They have 2 grenades to work with. Seems like their rifle play has not been too on point yet. Wow, Hades just ripping his teammate, but eventually getting the frag on Tarek. Finally, so I guess some rifle play going in favor of Tempo Storm, but with no grenades, it's going to be tough to hold off the incoming CLG members.
That is actually going to be Stan taking down JDM, so this is going to be a 4-on-2 now. Finesse and Cutler on the rotate in. Finesse will hit the initial shot, takes a grip, but damage goes down to 7 HP. Cutler will re-peek out in that direction. He knows one is up top in the graveyard up there, but I don't know if he's going to get taken down as the CTs have rotated back into the B-bomb site. One is going to be deep in the Nook over there on arch side of mid. They're not going for it. They just want to get some exit frags if they're able to. They're conceding this round. That'll make it 5-1. Tempo Storm finally on the board here.
Yeah, and actually, interestingly enough, taking a look at the scoreboard, Cutler unable to get a frag thus far, but only has 1 death. That must be pretty frustrating, just not finding any solid action. He's going to be diving back in to see if he can get some frags. The players that stayed in pit are very lit, but he's not going to be able to peek them. So an easy re-buy up for CLG. It is actually going to be pretty easy for the other players to get drops from their teammates. So Tempo Storm not wasting any time, just going to be getting right back at it with rifles. And CLG got really aggressive that last round, tried to force an engagement and all the way down mid and got punished for it. I wouldn't be surprised if they returned to just a more vanilla setup that was working for them earlier. But they're going to be throwing those nades down middle, only doing, what, about 11 damage grand total, so not super effective, but I don't know, they're heat grenades. Heat grenades are rarely effective.
So into round 7, Tempo Storm would love to string 2 together here as they just reset their loss bonus from being right there up into the max range. Now they're going to try and get something going. If they can make 2 in a row, that would help out a ton. CLG has a decent economy at the moment. Not very good, actually. Excuse me, I just brought it up and actually took a peek. I saw Cutler right off the bat with 6,400 and the rest of his teammates down low. Shazam will take down Tarek. That's a good opener into round 7 for Tempo Storm to make this 5-on-4. Glorins is going to be waiting just in case somebody gets too aggressive out the apartments. It doesn't look like that's going to happen. CLG not getting aggressive at all here, just content with just sitting back. Shazam tries to hit a shot. Finesse will trade him out, though, and take him down. That evens things out at a 4-on-4.
Yeah, and while they were not able to get a frag out in middle with that jump across, they were able to get a bunch of information. The A take is totally on. Hayes actually hitting Hades in the head. Now it looks like this is a really winnable round for CLG.
Oh, just like that, JDM from the pit will pick up 2, makes it a 3K on the round. That'll be 6-1 in favor of CLG.
Yeah, and Hades sitting on $4,400 is a lot of money, but the rest of his teammates pretty bright. Actually, Shazam had some cash as well. Rick's not super poor either, but whatever. Either way, they are definitely not in buying shape, and CLG in another position just further their lead and take control of this game. I'm sure this has to feel so good for them coming off of a really I mean, what's to say? It was a bad cash game that they had.
Oh, yeah.
But whoever is in mid, I think it is JDM with that op. Yeah, Tarek. Oh no, they're both of the operas are over there in mid. They're about to get run up on by these pistols, and luckily Cutler stepping up with the AK.
And Hayes actually coming down from Banana to take down Hades. Stan will make his way into the bomb site. Does JDM stay up? Yes, he will for the time being. Ends up hitting the shot onto Stan. Cutler got 2 before he went down. That will make it 7-1, and CLG is very close to winning the half, officially winning the half anyways.
Yeah, and they are also able to recover that op, so it's going to be not too expensive of a rebuy, although Tempo Storm did do a good job of getting a bunch of frags in there, and this round they're going to be right back on it with rifles in their hands. It seems like we haven't seen them execute on the B bomb site with guns in their hands quite yet, or at least not to my memory, mostly because CLG was shutting them down before they could even execute. But recently it seems that, oh man, great shot by Tarek, but recently it seems that they have been favoring the A bomb site once the rounds have been breaking down. And I do like that they do throw the bomb into a neutral location early on, try to find some picks, see what's going to be working for them, and then eventually making their decision. I think they've been doing a good job making their decision to go over towards Hayes. Man, just finding these individual picks all over the map, joining his buddy Tarek to start things off right.
So now we're going to have CLG with that 2-man advantage, as Tempo Storm's going to be right there, trying to fight their way up to Banana. They still have that Lurk Watch coming from Glorens, and he's going to be trying to rotate his way over. Makes a little bit of noise. Trying to go for the frag out in the middle, and he will take down Hades, or excuse me, Hazed. I keep doing that, Hades and Hazed.
Such similar names.
Every time they play together, and so now we're going to have, it's going to be a 4 versus 3 in favor of CLG. Bomb is going to be working its way up the Banana. Orange, Shazam, and Hades. All there. Trying to work up. They're going to throw some flashbangs out. Smokes will come down. They're going to try to work around the corner. They do have a close man at first oranges. That's going to be Finesse. One player at the new box. There goes Tarek. Finesse still playing the close oranges. He's going to get the lineup, get all 3 frags. That makes it 8-1 in favor of CLG.
Yeah, they didn't have a lot of time, Tempo Storm, there to get in the site, but they definitely had enough time to peek first oranges before just going for an instant plan. And all 3 of those assaulting players is all lined up. Easy frags for Finesse. Doesn't even have to finesse that one. He could just brute force it and spray it down. Currently sitting on a 12-1 scoreline, going absolutely huge. His only death, I guess, on that round that they lost. Actually, he may have even saved on that round, I think about it. But either way, just doing a good job of holding on to guns and just continuing to be a nuisance for Tempo Storm. And Tempo Storm on an eco right here. Looks like they're not going to have some success early on.
CLG looking very good here as CTs, and they're getting aggressive already. They're going to force their way down mid. There's going to be one player going to be rotating from behind onto Finesse. He's got to check down in that pit as Glorens will try and capitalize on this also, try and work his way around. Finesse hits the initial shot, looks back up towards alt mid, hits that one, bomb directly behind him. Can he take down Rix? Not going to be able to. Tarek hits the shot as the smoke blooms, and Hazed will take down Rix at the end. That makes it 9-1 in favor of CLG.
And more really clean rounds for CLG. And in the first game, while Tempo Storm was winning a ton of CT rounds, it seemed like CLG was able to get to the bomb sites, mostly because Tempo Storm was letting them there, but a lot of rounds coming down to the post plant. And this game, and it actually seems like the post plant is where Tempo Storm played really well. In this game, they've only been able to get the bomb planted, what, twice? And they just had no success fighting their way to the bomb site. CLG throwing Tempo Storm's own strategy back in their face, getting aggressive early on, forcing the early engagements and forcing Tempo Storm to play their game instead of, well, vice versa like we saw last game.
we're gonna have Hades. Oh my goodness, Cutler able to take down 2. And that's gonna be Finesse who gets removed by Hades. Now JDM is still alive. Still gonna fight. Can he pull out the pistol? He doesn't know where Stan is. Tries to pull it down. He will get the shot. And that will make it 10-1 in favor of CLG.
And Shazam calling for the pause. Not sure if the player is about to drop or what. Maybe it is just a tactical pause, something I talked about earlier, and more specifically North America's lack of tactical pause. Seems like every pause is just for a timing out member. But I do like the idea of Tempo Storm just trying to figure out what's going wrong. It seems like I can identify it. It seems like CLG is just playing Tempo Storm's game right now and beating them at it. You know, all game, last game, Tempo Storm forcing the early engagements, getting aggressive, just forcing the gunfights, and they were coming out on top. Now CLG doing the exact same thing, rushing down middle, peeking middle aggressively, rushing down banana. Not just rushing just for the sake of rushing, but, you know, going with teammates, taking control, and just working this Tempo Storm team. I mean, no one on that team having any success. I think it's Hades, quote unquote, top fragging with 5 frags right now. That's not really a top frag. And looks like they have decided whatever they were discussing, perhaps a strat they can run, or really just maybe needing just a breather just to slow things down, because CLG is really giving it to them.
Yeah, CLG, complete turnaround from what we saw on map number 1.
It's kind of like what I talked about. I mean, it seems like like every game 1 I cast is some kind of upset, and every game 2 I cast is just, you know, the quote unquote better team just laying the smackdown. So I'm not all that surprised, but it looks like this B take might be good. Oh no, it instantly gets shut down as soon as I say that.
Yep. Caster's curse on that one. Finesse will finally get punished though. Rix will work his way up, trying to work against Tark. Will pick up an AK. Counter smoke goes down. He's gonna have to try and push through it. And actually that flashbang came in quite well to blind Tark inside the bomb site. Hades is gonna be watching the flank, able to take down Hazed. That is gonna make it a 3 versus 2 now, as Rix and Hades are left alive versus JDM, Tark, and Cutler. And it will be that 3v2. Bomb rotating back down, possibly down banana. Turn this into an A-take attempt.
Yeah, and I'm kind of some role reversal here. Hades taking the aggressive peaks with the bomb on him. I feel like that's something maybe we see more often from Rix, but Rix right back to support his teammate, throws a flat or a smoke in CT, so kind of indicating that someone is B. But to CLG's credit, they are not just completely biting on that. I feel like so often you see that smoke as a fake, but this one definitely isn't that. Tarek double zoomed in on the Haykar, catching one. Is gonna be able to get the second one like clockwork. Easy frags for Tarek, and CLG now extending their lead 11-1. What does Tempo Storm need to do? I feel like they've attempted pretty much everything they can. They're getting Tempo Stormed right back.
Yeah, and it's the exact reversal of what we were seeing. I mean, honestly, CLG right now is playing light years better than they did just 1 map ago. They weren't able to hit shots. They couldn't really get anybody going. I mean, JDM was doing abysmally bad. Now he's 13-2, and Cutler is the one that's doing bad. I mean, Finesse is 16-4 right now, so the worst players from last half are actually doing extremely good here.
Yeah, I mean, we even saw that last series in that Elevate versus Luminosity game. Elevate taking that first game upset, and then kind of reality setting in for, oh my god, look at FNS just seeing a whole bunch of dials.
Oh, wow.
I guess he doesn't get to see them. We get to see the blind dials. But either way, only gets 1 when his teammate gets also killed in the process. So the B side is open. It's going to be up to Cutler to do something about it. Oh, good flash. It'll slow things down.
Yeah, that slowed it down a lot. Hades is right there around the corner. He Shiri peeks out. He's able to take down Rix. Now he's going to hunt for the frag at the water. He's going to be able to take down Stan. Pulls out the pistol. Can he get Hades? Will get Hades. And Cutler gets himself a 3K. So when you said it's all up to Cutler here, it was all up to Cutler. And he stepped up big time for his team as we lose Shazam on the rotate. So now that's going to make it 12-1. CLG is going to be up by quite a bit.
Yeah, and Tempo Storm could not have asked for a bigger gift from CLG in that completely forfeited B bomb site, and even still unable to put it together. That has to be so frustrating for them. Rix did a lot of lolling and ruffling in the first game as they were dominating, but I'm sure there's no one laughing at all in that Mumble or TeamSpeak right now. CLG just slamming them everywhere.
Oh man, look at these Molotovs coming in. JDM's gonna go on fire for just a second. Goes down to 62 HP, gonna drop that Nade down doesn't do anything. Maybe one damage? Yeah.
Yeah, one.
One solid damage, but again, getting aggressive down Banana. That's going to be Finesse picking up one. Hayes will get aggressive into the apartments, and they are just absolutely blowing up everything Tempo Storm has getting thrown at them. And I mean, it's going to be a 3. Ooh, now it's a 2 versus 2 as Rix hits the shot. Rix is able to take down Cutler also, so this is the best looking round so far since the one that Tempo Storm was actually able to take here. And JDM, pistol in hand now. He's got an op and a pistol. Bomb's gonna be rotating around 2 apartments. If JDM hits this shot, that is gonna be bad. Can't hit the shot, misses it. Now he's gonna be working, trying to prevent that bomb from going down and get planted. Doesn't want the timer to be put on, but he's gotta be worried about coming up top. Can't make it happen. Stan will take him down. 3K for Rix, and that makes it 12-2. Tempo Storm finally picks up a secondary round.
Yeah, that was a tough shot for JDM to hit from Moto to the apartment balcony, but definitely should have killed Rix in middle. I mean, he hit the op shot they probably should have had, although Rix was jumping, and we all know jumping hitboxes can be rather unforgiving, but even re-peaking with the 5-7, unable to find a frag, and it looks like some lag issues for one of the CLG members, but it looks like it is not universal. Let's see, Tempo Storm not wasting no time in conversation, just trying to get right back in this game. Clearly focused very hard right now. They found an opening, but man, I think a lot of it just had to do with CLG, you know, getting a little sloppy. They've been getting really pushy. They don't have to. They're doing it because they can, and Tempo Storm just happened to capitalize on that one round. I mean, even 12-3 it was insanely good for CLG, and the rounds that they did give up were kind of, you know, I think them getting caught overextending, making some mistakes that normally they wouldn't, but they're just, you know, playing so aggressively that eventually it's a numbers game. Those losses are going to come.
Yeah, definitely. So into the final round of the first half here, Tempo Storm looking very good. And one thing I'm curious about is how come Tempo Storm didn't adjust better to, I mean, the fact of CLG pushed so many times down Banana, and they continually did it, and were never punished for it. But now Rix is going to work his way up into the B-bomb site, up through Banana with his teammates. He's going to try and make his way over. Finesse is going to be there, trying to spray out some bullets. Can't quite connect with anything, though. It's going to be a 3-man retake attempt. 3v5 entering that bomb site. And Cutler hits the shot through the smoke onto Hades. That's going to make it a 3-on-4 now. One player's going to be still on Banana. That's Shazam. Stan peeks his head out, gets punished by Cutler for it. Cutler's going to go back, look, check the flank. Nobody's coming in that direction. So Gloran's right there in the water. Gloran's gets taken down, so one emo. One is going to be on Banana. Last guy's going to be Banana.
Are they going to lose?
Up to Shazam. Can he stay alive here? Shazam's got to peek out. He's got to hit the shot. We'll hit it initially. What a good play. Cutler couldn't capitalize on that. No time to get back to the bomb and get the defuse. So he's going to get blown up, and that's going to be a 3rd round in favor of Tempo Storm. So half will be 12-3 CLG.
Yeah, and I know we like to remain unbiased here, but I'm so happy Tempo Storm was able to win that round. If they lost that, that retake that they had right there, God, that would have just been so painful.
3v5.
Yeah, that would have been such a painful one to watch them lose. And looks like we're now waiting on Rix to ready up. And they're going right for it, wasting no time, trying to keep that momentum from those last 2 rounds alive going into this pistol round. And it seems like Tempo Storm might be due for a pistol. They won the very first one on cash last game, but were unable to lock up the second one in the second half, and were unable to lock up the first one in this first half. So if Tempo Storm can win a pistol round and get things going early, they might be able to claw their way back into it. We saw CLG put together a pretty, or I assume I didn't get to see a lot of it, but it seems like CLG put together a pretty lackluster terrorist side against Cloud9. Perhaps Tempo Storm could exploit similar strategies and really throw this back in the face of CLG, but they're all grouped up on B, ready to rock. Stanislaw and Rix gonna be there, the only players there to respond, but look at Shazam, pushed really deep in middle, gonna get gooshed. He's gonna fall back by getting a bunch of information for his team. That's gonna inform a rotate. Wow, a ton of information he just got for his team.
That is a huge rotate coming in. It will be essentially, now it's going to be, ooh, they're picking up some good shots, though. That's going to be JDM taking down Rix. Lawrence will go in on the rotate. Cutler takes down Hades. It's going to be a gunfight in the back, and there's still
it's a fake. They faked me out.
Shazam, oh, can he step out, takes down Tarek. That's a big opener, as bomb will be planted at the A-bomb site, so JDM and Cutler versus Lawrence, Shazam, and Stanislaw. And deep down mid will be JDM. He's going to wait for them to cross over. He's going to be playing from the bench. They're looking for him. They don't spot him. They're all able to cross. JDM steps out a little too soon. He needs to hit one of these shots. Takes out the first one. JDM is able to get one onto Stan. Now it's going to be all up to Glorens. Oh my goodness. Glorens will hit the shot on the run over Cutler. No kit doesn't matter though. He's going to cut this one down close, but he will get the defuse.
Yeah, and Cutler picking an interesting spot there, holding right behind that truck. It's definitely not a spot I would be ready to shoot in, especially if I'm Glorens coming out. I guess there could have been a comm there, but if I'm Glorens, I'm looking towards Pit right behind the pole or in that deep corner right in front of the truck, not so much in the middle. So good on him to snap that shot right before it could be thrown back into his face. Glorens stepped up huge for his team, picking up the 4K on that round, but really the unsung hero of that round being Shazam, getting so much information for his team earlier on. Unfortunately, it informed an iffy rotate, but I think for the most part it was worth it, and he did a huge service for his team.
So now we're going to be into round 17. Tempo Storm is trying to get that comeback train rolling here. As CLG did get a bomb plant first round, they're going to execute up into the B bomb site. There's going to be two there defending. Stan will be right there with his teammate. They're going to peek out. Good flashbang comes down. Stan does get punished after he gets himself 3, so Rix will move out. FAMAS in hand. Can he take down both? Not able to. Hayes does not have the bomb. He could have got away with that bomb plant, but here comes the rotate. He will be 1v3. Does pick up the FAMAS. Now he's going to be working there. Can Shazam win the exchange? And he will as he moves his way out of a smoke somehow. That will make it 12-5. CLG will still be up.
Yeah, and now Hayes pausing, and it seems like they are claiming that they are lagging a little bit, but players on the CT side of Tempo Storm saying they're not getting any lag, so it seems like it's something going on over at their house. New LAN house, gotta protect it any way they can. And their pings aren't high. It's weird, they're just getting some kind of bad connection to the server, but unfortunate for them. A good thing is that they've done a ton of leg work already, so even if they can just work through this spot of lag they're having at the house, then yeah, maybe they can or not even maybe. I think they're gonna be able to pull their way back into this.
Yeah, 84% loss. That is going to be rough to play with.
Yeah, that is very. I mean, if your loss is more than like 2, like something is super messed up.
Yeah, something is not working correctly at the moment. You should never be have that much loss. But into round 18, Tempo Storm's trying to mount the comeback here, take this and make it a 2-0 yet. Yeah,
and man, if CLG I think could really use a win right here. If they let Tempo Storm back into this and Tempo Storm wins, I don't even know what to think for CLG. That would be just so unfortunate for them after getting worked so badly on cash. You got to imagine they're feeling, at least decently confident going into here, knowing they only need to win 4 rounds. And, but they are not. I guess they did get a bomb plan on that round once. They could potentially buy up over here, but I don't know. Tarek's at 2,700, so probably not going to be buying up early. Just going to wait until the normal rifle round and try to stick it to Tempo Storm with any strat that they can cook up. Seems like they've been had a decent success getting over into the B bomb site, so maybe they will. Yeah, they kind of had that fake round as well, so 50-50 success getting in there. But either way, I wouldn't be surprised if we see them work over in that direction.
And it looks like issues on CLG's side should be solved. So Tempo Storm actually got a player in the bathroom at the moment, so all we have to do is just wait for them to get back into here. And we will get this live once again. Counter Logic Gaming versus Tempo Storm. Map number 2 of your best of 2 tonight. Tempo Storm demolished Counter Logic Gaming, for lack of a better phrase, on cash. And
kind of getting thrown right back in their face.
Yeah.
And with that, we are unpaused, so 10 seconds until we are back into live play. CLG actually going to be buying up. Tarek just opting to go with a Tech 9 armor buy and a bunch of nades, so he doesn't need an AK, or at least so he thinks. JDM, though, AFK with the bomb. Okay, he's still going to buy up. I guess perhaps a premature ready up.
He's still there. He's ready to roll. So into round 18, they're going to buy up into this round, as they did get that bomb planted, so They're going to use that money to their advantage here. They want to start things back in their direction, not allow Tempo Storm to maintain their momentum. If they can get it this round, that should force Tempo Storm, actually not should, it will force Tempo Storm into a save. Essentially, from this round win, they could make this 14-5 if they can hold on.
Yeah, and with the two FAMASs and MP7 that Tempo Storm is holding on to, they are setting themselves up to get punished by it. The thing that their saving grace is the Molotovs and nades that they have, and Tarek just pausing again, I'm sure, finding a spot of lag once again. Really unfortunate for them, but either way, Hades taking advantage of it with his buddy Shazam.
And it looks like the issues are still plaguing them, but JDM and Hayes are both able to hit nice shots there. So it's going to be JDM and Cutler alive versus 3. Glorens, Rix, and Stanislaw in the way of preventing CLG from being able to grab a round in their favor. They have guns up in their hands here. They're going to have a 2 versus 1 at the A bomb site from the pit player if they can make it in and be able to get this off. But apparently the loss is back, having a ton of loss at the moment, so they're going to try and work it in. They got to try and explode here onto this pit player. That's going to be Cutler going down first. Glorens will go against JDM. JDM hits the initial shot, goes to try and get this bomb down, fakes it. He's going to peek out. Can he take down Rix? Will hit that headshot.
No time to plant.
But no time to get the plant off, as later just said. That will make it 12-6 in favor of CLG.
And we are going to be going into another pause, which is super unfortunate. Not sure what's going on. Maybe a whole router restart is what they need over there. No idea what to even recommend them. I don't know. I mean, at least can't even blame it on the server if it's all one way. It's just for some reason their connection is super messed up. Hopefully they can get it sorted out, because I would hate to see them lose because of whatever networking issues they're having over there. But I don't even know what to recommend for them. Can't do IT support from here.
Yeah, I don't know. We can't really see it on our end, what's happening to him, because it's not a ping issue at the moment. But, I mean, judging by their pings, they're all in this LAN house together. I believe JDM is down there, too, just judging by. Or he's really close to wherever their LAN house is. But, obviously, they're all getting it. So I'd imagine they're all in the same house.
Mm-hmm.
And that sucks. Tons of internet issues. That's rough.
Yeah, it's also going to really stifle their momentum. They had such a good first half, and you know, even though they did start to give up rounds towards the end, they could have used that to, to launch themselves into a good rifle round right here, and taking these on and off breaks, trying to deal with their internet, and having that back in their mind, worrying about potentially lagging mid round could mess with them mentally. And Tempo Storm is obviously a really strong team, so they're going to be, they're strong and aggressive. Not only are they strong, but they are aggressive. So you got to imagine they know what's going to be coming to them. And if they can't hit or feel like they're not getting the reg on the aggressive peaking players, where this game already has some pretty hefty peakers advantage, that could be really frustrating.
So round 19 underway. CLG still has that advantage. They're still trying to get the lead back in there. Well, they have the lead at the moment, but they want to get the momentum back in their favor to keep things going here and not allow Tempo Storm to walk away with a 2-0 tonight. They're going to basically be on to an Eco JDM with some cash, though. They buying into this one. He evens himself out a little bit, but the step out from Stan will be gigantic, and the flash from his teammate, who was that threw the flash? I believe that was actually Rix who threw it. Yeah, and Rix steps in for the shutdown, ends up getting the final 2. That's a 3K for Stanislaw, 2 for Rix, and that will make it 12-7. Tempo Storm clawing their way back into this one.
Yeah, talk about a team round right there. Rix and Stanislaw teaming up not only to pick up all the frags, but good flashes, good teamwork, and support from each other. Stanislaw peeking out on the flash, catching 3, falling back, and Rix is catching the 2 players that were chasing after him. That is about as much of a textbook behold as you could possibly ask for. But CLG was on a broken buy. They did have, I think, 1 AK they were sitting on, and a bunch of upgraded pistols. Now, with all AKs, they're looking to do something, but I don't even know what that something is, but it's not going to be Tarek pushing through smoke. That is not the something they need.
So Tarek will get taken down initially. That's going to make this a 5 versus 4 in favor of Tempo Storm, who has the side advantage, trying to work their way into the round advantage also. And remember what they were able to do to counter Logic Gaming on map number 1. CLG looked like they were back in proper form, and they have an opening into the B-bombs. Can they take down Stan? They will get in there relatively unscathed, even though Tarek got initially ripped apart. So there's actually a really close battle here between Hazed and Shazam. Shazam knows Hazed is there. He's going to step out. Shazam will hit the shot onto Hazed. That's going to even things out at a 3-on-3. 3-man retake attempt coming from Tempo Storm.
Yeah, and I mean, this is possible for... Oh, good Molotov going to keep the players out of the side. Hades, though, choosing to run through it. Actually getting a Molly frag of his own in the process, but JDM and FNS teaming up to catch frags. Now a one-on-one bomb is planted for JDM, and time is ticking away. There's no way, if JDM loses this, which there is no way he can.
Nope, got it.
Good. Thank God for him. He is not going to lose that round. CLG now extending their lead 13-7, and they are right back in it. It is not the first rifle round that they were looking for, but, you know, better late than never. And they've earned this big old cushion based on how well they were playing on CT's side. This is their time to work with now.
Yeah, it's a 13th round in their favor. That's going to help out quite a bit here, resetting things a little bit, going against Tempo Storm. I mean, their economy is broken. If they can string together 2 here, that is going to be huge. That could put them at match point again, because this would be a 14th round if they win here, and then that would put them near match point. We're getting into that match point round with Tempo Storm going to be onto an eco or some weird, funky buyout. But Shazam does open it up once again. We're going to lose Tariq right early into this. It will be a 5-on-4 in favor of Tempo Storm once again. Can Counter Logic Gaming turn this round around like they did the last one?
Yeah, it's certainly possible. Tarek is having some bad luck being the first player getting picked, but CLG worked up very far in to A, and they're calling for another pause. God, unfortunate. And Shazam peeking out, going to take down Cutler. Eventually getting traded out by JDM, so it seems like things are regging okay over there, at least for now.
Yeah, JDM still seems to be able to hit some shots here. Finesse will go down initially. JDM can't hit that shot, so now it's up to Hayes by himself. He's going to be 1v4, steps out, makes a spray attempt. Florence will take him down. That's Tempo Storm preventing CLG from getting 2 in a row. The score will be 13-8. CLG is up, but their lead is shrinking.
Yeah, not only is the lead shrinking, but they just did a bunch of damage to CLG's economy. And man, if they claim to be having internet issues, I don't even know what to. I don't know what to recommend to them at this point. It's, you know, clearly on their end. We can't even switch out a server to help them. It's,
yeah.
I don't know. I feel bad for them. I think Tempo Storm kind of feels a little bad for them, but I think a win will make it okay. I don't think they'll feel too bad about taking a win away if they can do this, but tough. I don't know what to say for CLG anymore.
Yeah, I don't believe this is a DDoS at all, because if it's just getting a bunch of loss, their internet should be getting disconnected from a DDoS. So something is wrong with their net, hopefully.
Spiking or something like that, or I mean, I don't know. I don't even know how to diagnose it from here. Not that, you know, we're on a 2-minute delay. Not that I could even, you know, give them the help they need, but something has to get. I don't know. They just pause it. Unplug in the router, cycle the router, see what happens.
Yeah,
it's better than nothing. I mean, clearly it's something that is coming and going, and if they just waiting for it to disappear for a second clearly is not the solution, because it's been coming back every time. So
yeah,
I mean, I could see why they want to play through it and just lock this up, but you know, they're putting themselves at a huge disadvantage here, and they know it, and Tempo Storm knows it.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not really happening too often on the save rounds, or if it is, they don't really care about it, but it's happening to them on the gun rounds, which is hurting them because they have the largest chance of getting around STs on those gun rounds, so they desperately need to get this solved so they can try and close this game out. Otherwise, Tempo Storm is going to keep battling their way back and eventually work this into a situation where it's going to be a tied-up game if CLG can't do something about it now.
Yeah, and I also, the worst part of this is I just want to watch good Counter-Strike. We were in the middle of a really awesome series, and it's unfortunate that it has to be muddied, I guess, by these pauses and weird internet issues. You know, if Tempo Storm is going to make the comeback, I just want to watch it. And if CLG is just going to close them out, I want to watch it. I I am intrigued by this series. I want to know if Tempo Storm has what it takes to bring it back against the CLG, but a CLG at full strength. I just frustrating, bad luck, bad timing. Hopefully they can figure it out and get it fixed so we can get this underway and watch the Counter Strike that we are all excited to watch.
Definitely. And I mean, what is it? What time is it here on the West Coast? Let me go take a peek. I'm assuming they're West Coast.
As if West Coast time really matters.
It's 8:47 here on the West Coast. Let's call up Charter. Let's get a tech straight out to the house. Get this solved. It's Sunday night. No big deal. I'm assuming they're probably if they're West Coast. It's probably Charter. I'm assuming.
I don't know. It could be some kind of like load issue. 8 p.m. A lot of people browsing Netflix. It could be Game of Thrones. Is that on right now? Maybe people are all streaming it. Maybe someone in the house is streaming it.
Yeah, maybe their manager is like, "Lol, I don't care about your game. I'm watching."
Yeah, Game of Thrones. Gotta watch it live. Or hopefully he's watching Silicon Valley too. That show's really funny. But I thought Tarek said ready, so hopefully they can get this one. Okay, they are unpaused, and they can bring this one underway. So hopefully they can avoid those issues.
Yep, so now we're unpaused into round 22. CLG going to be back onto an eco here. Tempo Storm going to be trying to hold this down with full guns in their hands. They have the advantage here. They might make this, or they should make this a 13-9 scoreboard, but CLG will still barely be up.
Yeah, who knows at this point? I don't even know. But the whole stopping and going, I think, really hurts CLG's chances of winning an eco round. Must be frustrating playing that stop and go counter strike, but Shazam doesn't care. Just going to decapitate Hayes right off the bat. Be gearing up for a balcony waterfall right into the rifle of Glorins.
So Hayes is down and out of the way already. JDM, Finesse, Tarek, and Cutler, as later just said, probably going to be trying to waterfall out here in just a second. Do they commit to it yet? They're going to swap position with the bomb. But man, they're going to have a tough battle there as there's going to be a quick rotate and going to be 4 CTs right there, 3 initially. Hades is able to hit 2 as Glorins will hit 1. Only one left alive. That's going to be Cutler, and he will fall down at the end to Stan. That's going to make it 13-9. And again, Tempo Storm getting dangerously close to tying this up.
Yeah, and it looks like CLG going to have to double save because of that round 20 win and then round 21 loss. Tempo Storm sitting on a bunch of cash as they've been doing a good job of keeping a lot of their players alive on rounds that they win. And, yeah, as I said, because of that, going to be a double eco from CLG. It looks like they're going to be rushing directly towards B, or at least that wouldn't be a terrible idea, but they're going to be going right up against a stack here from Rix, Glorins, and Stanislaw. 1 for 1, though. Not bad, as Rix throws down a Molotov to stop him.
Oh, Stan and Rix both teaming up there, so Finesse and Tarek with pistols in hand, still trying to execute their way up. Bomb down in favor of Tempo Storm at the moment. Rix will take the first one down. Tarek is there for the trade out, just trying to hit some corner shots, not able to make it happen as Stan was just playing the angle, takes him down. 3K for Stan. And now Tempo Storm is within 3 rounds of tying it up.
Yes, but this is the round we've all been waiting for. Another rifle round from CLG. Their real attempt to pull away from Tempo Storm, who's creeping up on them really closely. Only, as you said, 3 rounds away. So huge round for CLG coming up right here. And now that with rifles in their hands, they don't need to resort to any kind of just aggressive rush just for the sake of rushing. They can spread out, run a strat, work some frags. Actually, no, never mind. Take that back. They're just interested in taking B, but oh my god, they're all getting barbecued in there. Tarek getting hit down to 35. JDM getting hit down. A great nade's going to hit 4 of them. FNS, the only player to come out unscathed, and it was because he was in the back.
So it's going to be into round 24. Tons of damage going out against CLG at the moment. Hayes down to 45. JDM at 64. Finesse, the only one with no damage on him just quite yet. Tarek at 35. Cutler at 26. And Tempo Storm looking to try and bring this within 2 rounds if they can hold on here. But Counter Logic Gaming trying to make their way up into the B-bomb site. They're all very lit, all very weak. They can't take very much. Stan's going to drop the flashbang. Does he get cut down? Tarek's trying to make that peek happen. Can't bring it in. Shazam will get one on the Cutler. And we still have Rix over in Emo. Shazam has already worked his way up close. Flashbang goes down. And Hayes will actually push through it. He's going to catch the first one on the Glorins. Can he catch Shazam also? And he makes his way back through the smoke, but still inside the site will be Stan. He hits the first one at first oranges. JDM's right there. JDM tries to go for the plan. Anyways, Stan gets punished finally. So now we're into a 1 versus 1. It's going to be Tarek versus Hades. Hades already worked his way up towards the water. Tarek hears him. He's going to be working his way back around, looking down towards the water. Pauses coming in. Tarek's going to be fighting against this lag. He sees Hades. Can he make the shot happen? Hits off some damage. He's going to throw a flashbang out. Hades going to throw a nade of his own. Hades very weak. Hades almost gets sprayed down. Tarek has to jump up in there, but he's so weak and he can't do it. Hades will go and win the round for his team. That is going to make it 13-11 as Logic Gaming's lead has shrunk down to 2 rounds now.
I don't even know what to attribute that to. Tarek, I guess, whiffed some bullets or bad internet or just whiffed. I'm not really fully sure. Ran out of bullets too soon and was unable to pull out a pistol and make it happen. I mean, I guess kind of a sloppy play there. It should have been an easy cleanup for him right there. The pause came in the middle of the clutch. It's really frustrating stuff. I don't even know what to attribute that one-on-one loss to. That could have been a huge round for CLG. Hayes had such a great play, pushed through that smoke, picking up 2 frags, and even JDM getting super gutsy with it and planning through the fire while being under fire. A lot of craziness going on that round. They were just unable to pick it up. Man, it's frustrating. It's frustrating that they have to pause, that they have to be in this situation. That I assume the messed up internet is what contributed to that round loss there, but who really even knows? I don't know. I don't even know what to tell them.
I really thought they were going to have that round right there, get themselves a 14th.
I mean, he played that right. He just couldn't do the shooting part.
Oh, goodness. But plagued with issues will be CLG, so we're into a pause once again here into round 25. Hopefully CLG can get this sorted out fast here. I'd like them to just sit paused until they can figure out what the issue is and get that solved instead of trying to play through, which is only going to hurt them and make it worse. So hopefully they can just sit through this and just wait, get it figured out, get it stopped so we can get live into this with both teams having good internet and the best chance for both these teams to play as good as they possibly can.
Yeah, and then, we were talking about Tempo Storm creeping up on them to take the lead, but at this rate, it looks like Tempo Storm's just going to win the game because of this, or I guess because of that. I don't even know how it's affecting them because we don't get to, for us, it just looks like they are moving normally. It's not the server.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on their end, you can't blame Tempo Storm either. They're just here to play. They put up such a good first game. They deserve at least a competitive second game, even if it means they're going to lose. They don't deserve to, sit around here and I guess they're willing to take it for a win. They'll endure it for the win, but man, none of us deserve this. Even CLG doesn't deserve this.
Yeah, definitely. But it looks like we might be sitting on this pause for a little bit here, guys, so we're probably going to throw it to a break. Once it's actually back live, we will come back into the game, continue the cast. So we're going to go on break while CLG tries to figure out their internet issues at the moment. All right, everybody, we are back here into round 25. Counter Logic Gaming versus Tempo Storm. About to go live again. Hopefully CLG's net issues have been solved and fixed.
I can almost guarantee you they haven't.
Yeah, I wishful thinking on my end. That's what I hope anyways.
Yeah, but CLG gonna be up on a buy here, and they're actually gonna be pushing Shazam and taking him off right off the bat. Taking him out right off the bat is probably what I meant to say. And they have huge control of A.
They're going to try and continue to work this in. They have been able to take down Shazam, so that's the first time in quite a while that they actually got a really good opener. Normally, the opener is always almost in favor of Tempo Storm, and they end up working it in their way, but Hades will go down to Tarek after Hades is able to take down Cutler. They're still going to have that man in the library. They're going to Molotov him out. That's going to be Rix. He goes down, so now just one in the bomb site defending. He's going to be in the pit, completely blind. That is going to be Glorens, and Hayes drops down and gets the frag onto him. Finesse will go down to Stanislaw, so it's going to be a 1 versus 3 now. Stan's going to go for the retake attempt. He'll have 3 players. 2 are going to be real close to the site. The other one, JDM, will be actually down inside the pit at the moment. So Stan's got a tall order here to not allow CLG to get to their 14th round. But Hayes is so very lit. JDM down to 89. Tarek at 80. Tarek will be in the site. Hayes will actually be the player up on the truck, and they're actually going to start rotating out. And that's going to leave JDM all by himself. Stan steps up, drops a Molotov in their direction. Can he step out and get the frags? Burning will be Hades, or Hazed, and he actually goes down at the end, but that's a round win in favor of CLG. That'll make it 14-11, and the economy on the Tempo Storm side is okay for now, but it's not the greatest. They're going to have to do some drops.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, although Stanislaw was unable to come away with a round win there, that was actually a really impressive play he made there, taking out all of the CLG members and forcing rebuys on the other side as well. And that was huge for them. I mean, now we see, what, 2 Galils, 1 on Cutler, 1 on JDM, and no rifle on FNS. They were very desperately needed that money in Shazam. Right back to form, mixing things up, bringing that up over towards B, getting the frag, smoking it off, and he's out. Just like that, like a ghost.
Yep. That's a good initial pick there onto Hazed. As Tempo Storm's holding on here. It's back down to 3-round disadvantage for Tempo Storm, but CLG trying to come back from this. They've had a lot of luck on these B-take attempts here. They just got to work against Stan one more time. They got to work against that player in the back. That's going to be the normal number 8 of Rix. Stan is down. Rix is able to hit one onto Tarek. He's able to hit another one onto Finesse and JDM. And just like that, Tempo is able to turn things around as Cutler will be the last one left. He will be 1v3 now. It's going to be a tough 1 versus 3 clutch. Out in the open, Glorens will see him. Glorens trying to do some damage, and there he is. That'll make it 14-12, and the pause is back out.
Time to color in the drawing.
Yeah, looks like UAM is now going to have plenty of time to color in his drawing, as they're going to be calling another timeout. So frustrating, and you know, who knows when they started having the internet issues in the middle of that round, but I was a little surprised with CLG's inability to hunt down Rix in the back of the site. I feel like he's been playing pretty much exclusively that spot. I guess sometimes hopping from spools to emo, but if you're going into the B site, you could be sure Rix is either spools or emo, and they still were not able to fish him out and get the frag there, and did a good job putting together some slick M4 shots. So hopefully they can get their internet set just so we can finish this. At this point,
yeah,
I just want to see it finished. I don't particularly care.
That's where I
what
am.
happens. Let's just. Oh, see you, Tarek. He's gone. No Steam log on.
It's not good. That's not good.
No, it's not. How about we kick it to a quick break so we can get A, Tarek back in the server, and then B, hopefully they could just finish doing whatever they need to do to their internet to get this going. We could finish this game. Joey can have a fun time, whatever, doing all the drawings he wants.
right, everyone, we are back live once again. Counter Logic Gaming versus Tempo Storm. I am Misled. I am with LATOR, and our producer is Helium for all the exquisite Counter-Strike drawing.
Yeah.
Yes. But we're into round 27 here. Tempo Storm still trying to battle their way back. They brought it back within 2 now. After CLG was able to get around, not able to string it together into 2, and they're just going to execute directly up mid. Hades and Shazam are both there. Shazam's able to burn one down, pulls out the pistol, trying to grab another one with it. Can't do it. Rix will come on the rotate, end up getting himself 2. Shazam gets 2. Hades gets the other frag, and Tempo has brought it within 1 now. 14-13, CLG is up.
Yeah, and I assumed, I was going to assume CLG was going to go for a double save, and perhaps even they should have, as they're going to be forced into picking up a bunch of Galils. And once again, Tarek just opting to hold on to that Tech 9. I don't think we've really seen one of these buys quite work for them, but they're hitting desperation mode as they feel incapable of trusting their internet, and they want to capitalize on the rounds where I assume they're not getting any loss. Might as well try to force buy on a round when you're not getting the loss, then try to save for a round that might be, you might get stuck lagging or being unable to reg your shots. So I guess there is some logic to it, but man, this is frustrating to watch. Hopefully they can do something with this buy.
Hades is going to get the first opening shot on LATORR. Finesse will answer, though, removing Hades from the round, so it's going to make it an even 4-on-4 battle here. I'd be curious if they try and rotate this back towards the B bomb site. That's where they've had the most success so far, as Terrace was at that B bomb site. Nothing really to speak good about at A, but they're still committed to it. They still want to work this. Hopefully they think, or hopefully Tempo Storm is thinking the same thing I am, that they're going to work back towards B. They've already rotated a player in that direction. The number 5 man of Cutler will be making some noise over there. And Shazam might go down. No, not quite, but pause.
I think they're faking a wrap. Oh man, they're lagging again. God, just no luck here. But I like that move from FNS, potentially faking a wrap and then pushing through his own smoke. As Glorion's caught out, they couldn't hit the shot.
So now Glorion's is going to go on the rotate. He's able to take down Hayes, JDM, and now it's all up to Cutler trying to work into the bomb site. He will be 1v3 at the moment. 1 versus 1 in the bomb site. Still can't hit the shot. Still trying to find it. Can't get around in time. Finally picks it up, but the rotate comes in. Rix will take him down, and we are tied up at 14-14, going back into a pause.
Yay. Another pause. I mean, I feel like we're just at this point delaying the inevitable. Tempo Storm just continuing to take advantage of these rounds pretty much no matter what the financial landscape is like for CLG. And at this point, their economy is not quite all there. They're going to be essentially conceding this round to just hopefully play for a tie against Tempo Storm, as they being CLG not sitting on a lot of cash. I kind of like them trying to go over towards the A bomb site. They've had very limited success on the T side of this map, as it is this half, for a multitude of reasons. But it seems like they have had they've been the closest over towards A, especially that round where they were able to catch Shazam out, then turn that into an A take. That was pretty slick. Oh, that was actually the same round. I think that Stannis ended up just crushing them at the end, even though he was unable to win the round. But even still, I think that sloppiness towards the end is not or shouldn't be typical of CLG.
Yep. So guys, while we're waiting for this pause, we're gonna go back into a break. Yeah, we're gonna go into a break, guys, while we wait for this pause to end, and then round 29 will commence. Counter Logic Gaming versus Tempo Storm. We'll be back. They all timed out?
No, they just... Joey, go back. Bring us back live. Oh, we're live. Hey, what's up? It looks like CLG has just opted to forfeit. That was it. Shazam said, did this happen on map 1? And then in response, they said, we're out. Actually, no, they did all time out. Look at that.
They all timed out.
Yeah, look at that.
That wasn't actually a forfeit. They all timed out.
Oh, wow. I caught
five of
the end
them
that just said
timed
the
out.
terrorists have surrendered. The match has ended. But no,
No,
they all just timed out at the same time.
Yeah.
Wow, that is not something I even considered could have happened. Because I guess they're all
Yeah.
playing at the same, location. If they all time out, if one player times out, they all time out at the same time. That makes total sense. But, you know, we're used to seeing teams play online from all over the place. It never happens. And wow.
So
I
apparently
don't even know what to
happened,
do about that.
Yeah, apparently what just happened, everyone, is they're all in the same house now. They're all playing in a streamer house. They all timed out at the exact same time, so all 5 left the server, which forced a surrender. But I don't think they actually wanted to surrender.
No. No, I saw surrender and thought for a second that they were just like, whatever, you know, we're probably going to lose anyway. We're just delaying the inevitable. Let's just call it quits because we can't get our internet fixed. But no, they just all dropped at the same time. And I don't know. It looks like all of the Tempo Storm players are still in the server. I'm sure they are confused as well.
Yeah, they are definitely confused. They don't know what's happening either. So that was counted as a surrender, even though it shouldn't be. So we're actually going to have to figure out what's happening here and get this fixed, guys. So while we try and figure out what's actually happening with this, and we try and talk with people on the back end and try and get a hold of the teams to figure out what's actually happening here, we're going to go on to a break.
Oh, wait, they're rejoining. Hold on, they're rejoining. Cutler's back.
Cutler's
but
back.
the game is... man, this is going to be so much.
This is...
All right, whatever. We will...
Yeah, we're going to go on a break.
We'll figure it out.
While they figure this out, and we'll be back once we know for sure what's happening.